Argon emerge from the garden. Those vines you are climbing, slowly kind of rotting the higher you go up. There's a thick cover of slime on your hands, um, almost like making you slip if you weren't careful with your footing. But when you look down, you see that Argon is ready to make sure that he can catch you should you fall. Emerging, you are greeted with a swamp-like terrain. The ground is mushy and soft, almost as if it is used to being waterlogged. You see nothing outside other than trees, willows kind of bent down, their leaves touching the water. But you do notice a cathedral. That's lights shine right from inside, almost as if a bright fire blazes within.
This space, this new level, is there any people or individuals the same way that they have seen with the previous?
Not that you can see, which is odd. It's not as if people are hiding in their homes like the first level you reached. It feels almost as if no one exists here.
And so we break through the canopy and the rotting tree branches that we've been climbing through. I think when Flint breaches through, they turn around and extend a hand out to Argon.
Yeah, and he takes it no hesitation.
Pulls them up before looking back out. At this point, I think Flint has become a little bit more wary of what they see. This place, this swamp-like domain, there comes a bit of relief the moment they see it, because this doesn't feel like a lie. Whoever it is that they're going to be facing, which Flint can only imagine, they're going to be facing someone new. The first thing that comes to their mind is, it doesn't seem like they're pretending.
Yeah. And while you're kind of sitting here just taking things in, your eyes kind of adjusting, you can see far off these large spires. Barely through the fog.
Like the cathedral that you described?
The cathedral is really close to you.
That's closer, okay. They looked over to Argon and then motioned for the cathedral. I'm not really sure if we should take a look, but there doesn't seem to be much around here.
At the least we can rest. You look tired.
Do I? What does tired look like?
Soft.
Well, we certainly don't want to get to that.
And he kind of climbs like down um, from the tree that you both um, were in, kind of rolling up his pants um, and walking through the like kind of marshy lands.
And Flint still doesn't have shoes. So they feel the wet, the moss, the mud under their toes. And is it cool? Is it hot?
It's cool.
Does it smell?
No, at least not any more than sitting water would.
Mm-hmm.
It also feels strangely alive. Probably the most alive thing you felt other than other people.
Flint will take the lead, as they've been doing, and walk over to the cathedral.
Yeah, and the closer you get to it, these boards that kind of stick out of this mud so that you could steady your footing um, on it as it creates a little bit of a makeshift walkway through to this cathedral. The closer you get to it, those lights that kind of shine through the stained glass windows, um, almost like dim the closer you get to it. You can hear whisperings inside.
The windows are closed, correct?
Yeah, they're stained glass, so they're just like you can like see like through it barely. You could see
Mhm.
movement inside of the cathedral,
And
and you can hear
whisper.
like hushed tones.
What do you think? Should we go in, or
Hmm.
it seems like there's already some tenants in here?
Argon looks around you both. Maybe we should give it a try. At worst, they'll turn us around.
Flint, I would say, would have still had their glass shard with them, but they put it away and motioned for Argon to also put away their pickaxe.
Yeah. And he loops it onto his pants.
Mm-hmm. And without knocking, without ceremony, I think they're going to open the doors to the
Yeah.
cathedral, let themselves in.
And as you do, the candles kind of give away shadows hiding beneath these pews that have been kind of pushed out of the way. In the center, there's like a collection of candles kind of trying to make a campfire. You could see that there is a bit of a makeshift like stew pot in the middle of it. You can see bedrolls kind of strewn about, beds made of torn pieces of paper out of books. Um, it is a shelter.
Oh.
As people kind of peek outside of the pews and see that it's just two seemingly uh, mortal looking people. They
And
begin to.
what do these people look like? Do they also look mortal like us, or is there something that is distinctive about them?
All of them have this rough, scaly textures strewn about their skin in different places. Some have it up their neck, others have it covering their arms. It looks as though this rot is kind of um, placed upon their skin, and those places where those scales tend to exist do look quite frail and brittle.
You said rot. I don't. I think that's a word that comes to Flint's mind also. And yet, there's a pressure of guilt the moment they think of it that way.
Mm. Flint, you can also see that a lot of these people are quite young, and those who are older seem to have this childlike demeanor about them.
Oh no, minors. Flint says that to Argon.
Uh, yes, but what could they all be doing here?
Yeah. Hello. Hi.
And as you say that, a woman seemingly um, pops her head up from the crowd. She looks uh, in her late teens, early 20s, but the way she carries herself is definitely that of a child. Have you come to take someone?
Oh, looks back at Argon. Have we come to take someone?
You just seek shelter and possibly information.
What he said. Sorry, we're not from around here.
She nods her head, yes, and then she kind of looks back behind some of the pews and nods her head yes, and you kind of see um, a bunch of like children kind of come out um, and kind of resume um, their activities while she stands um, to speak to you both. I apologize. We've all been through a great deal.
No apology needed. What's your name?
Ravina,
Ravina. Well,
I'm
Ravina.
I'm the caretaker for everyone.
Got it. So, why are you taking care of them?
They don't have anyone else.
And you, do you have anyone?
She shakes her head no.
Do you have memory of something other than this place?
We all do. We all had homes and places to live and people to love us. And the Orphanmaker seeks that.
Orphanmaker. And what's the Orphanmaker?
A large serpent like beast. Something a fairy tale. It comes to steal parents in the night.
The moment that she mentions stealing parents, there's a flash of kinship. Well, I can assure you that I've never met this Orphanmaker, but I can relate. I also had my mother taken from me.
And when you say that, you kind of notice that a lot of the children are now looking at you.
Waves, sort of just like,
And when you do, they kind of turn their heads back.
oh. What a...
Forgive them.
No, I mean, they're young. And even saying that just feels sort of odd, right? What does it mean to be young in a place like this?
Hmm.
I think even Flint, when they started this, felt young. And with every single layer, with every single new domain that they have reached, in this moment, the realization hits them that it feels like it's been an eternity.
Yeah. Your bones definitely ache. Your insides feel scorched. You are changed from the person, the being, the something that you were before has evolved. You've survived a great deal.
Well, so what is it that you do around here then? You all just hole up in this cathedral, let the days go by. How do you protect yourself, or is there anything that we need to be made aware of? I don't think myself and my partner here will be staying too long.
I go out and I forage what I can, but it is not much that I find. It is dangerous. I fear that one day, if I may leave, I might not come back. And then what of them?
Then someone will take your place.
And the
And
cycle
after
will
that,
continue.
exactly.
I love them as if they were my own family. And that is the danger.
I don't think there's such a thing as orphans when you have each other. So I get it. Well, only just enough. I've been alone for longer than I've been with others. So in that moment, Flint does sort of look over at Argon before looking back to Ravina.
Yeah, and as you look to Argon, you could see him attempting to kind of soothe some of the children um, by like doing cool little like sleight of hand tricks with them. There's a possibility that you may find what you're looking for at the spires.
I saw
It
those
is, it is where the serpents retreat to. Maybe
serpents. Okay.
even if you are lucky, some of their parents might still be there.
Okay. Are the serpents and this orphan maker one and the same?
And when you say that, it's the first time she's ever thought about it. I've known the orphan maker by no other face than that of a snake.
Okay. Well. Do you know who rules over these lands? Aside from the orphan maker, or is the orphan maker God to you all?
And when you say those words, it's almost as if the term God is foreign to her. What would constitute one as a god?
Devotion? Whether it whether it provides warmth or it provides cold.
We see ourselves not devoted, but as victims, unwilling participants in a cycle we were unprepared for. Anyone who could have taught us anything about what is happening to us is gone.
And the moment someone gains enough understanding, I can only assume they also leave. Got it.
I'm not sure I have much time either. Sometimes I can hear the serpent call to me.
In that moment, hearing those words, Flint thinks of their mother and thinks about Did she answer a call? Was she willing? Was she unwilling? There is doubt and hesitation in this moment.
When you think about your mother in reference to this serpent, you do not think much. And suddenly you are pushed back into a thought. Your arms are wrapped around strong shoulders. There is stubble scratching your face, but you hold on anyways. You can see your head resting on broad shoulders that carry you on their back, a deep laugh that laughs with you. A man you do not recognize, but you see yourself in. This man loved you.
Different from the memories of my mother, right? This is the first time I've seen this person.
It's the first time you've remembered this person.
Remember.
And all the while, you can hear your mother's. Three of you together. What is that called?
I think Flint blinks and shakes away the memory, trying to focus on what's here, what is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ravina, if it's all right with you, we need a place to rest.
Yes.
And thanks.
There's not much for food or comfortable bed. You may take any place that is not occupied.
Oh, I'll speak for myself. I don't need food.
I would rather the children eat.
Well, we're of like minds then. I'm gonna go talk to my partner real quick.
And you see her kind of return back, rationing out this stew made of water that, like, clearly she has been like attempting to, cleanse out all the uh, kind of gross stuff. But it is fresh water,
Mm-hmm.
something to be made into food, nutrients of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
She's not good at cooking. She doesn't know what she's doing, but she knows what tastes all right. And the children don't complain.
Yeah, Flint will approach Argon. Cool.
And you see him kind of um, sit down upon the floor, removing like his shirt and balling it up to make somewhat of a pillow.
Mm-hmm. Did you have fun with the miners? With the kids?
They remind me of my own.
Oh. You were a father?
And when you say that word, something faint in the back of your mind rings, but it is just as quickly gone. I was. Orin took my family.
There's a nagging moment when he says that Flint feels the temptation of saying, did Orin take your family or did you give up your family for what she was going to give you? But they don't.
And even without saying that, there's immense regret on his face.
And that's why they don't. They don't have to speak that to know the answer. And if it feels better if it helps Argon to soothe his mind, to blame a god for the things that have happened, then who is Flint to take that away from him?
He looks down at his hands that are rough and callous, from holding that pickaxe for who knows how long, or how long it would have continued had he not met you. I am. I am not a good man, Flint.
Did I say that you were?
No, but I feel as though if we were to continue traveling together, you should know. I do not wish to lie to you or withhold anything from you. I aim to be honest. You make me want to be honest.
Argon, I knew you were honest the moment that I met you. And I know you weren't a good man the moment that I met you. You haven't needed me to be honest. But I think you think that you need me to be a good man.
And as you say that, he thinks for a moment. I think he's been doing that and not recognizing it, and you saying it, he's putting things together.
Whether good or bad, just be your own man.
My own man.
I'll
Do that.
accept you. Oh. And I'll accept you. As long as you don't try to kill me.
Never. I couldn't bring myself to.
Not anymore. There's a moment where Flint holds Hargon's gaze before they just sort of drop it, and I spoke with Ravina, and some things are concerning, as they are in every single God's damned level of this place. There are serpents in this place called the Spires, and there is some kind of an entity named the Orphanmaker who comes and takes, I can only assume, is the present parent figure. Putting 1 and 1, 2 and 2 together, I would say Ravina might be in a little bit of danger.
She seems like just a kid herself, though.
When was the last time that you felt like a kid?
Like, small.
Sure. It just... You said that, and she probably doesn't feel like a kid herself.
It's been a long time since I've been able to not hold responsibility, not be able to blame my actions on naivete, to go about the world without knowing what it truly was. I think the moment you realize the gravity of your situation, the moment you lose that innocence, is when you stop feeling like a child.
I can't remember when I stopped feeling like a child. I woke up aimless, but knowing there was something I needed to find.
Do you feel closer to finding it?
My mother. I can't say I feel closer to finding her, but I can say that I feel closer to knowing what I need to know. And once I do, then I won't feel as aimless.
What do you think is waiting at the top?
Just
Do you
some
believe
other
in
asshole.
do you believe in heaven?
I think this is the first time that that word has been spoken to Flint.
It's what all this is for. Why we suffer, why we fight to embody these things. You are the first person I've seen climb up. But what if when you get there, they don't want you? Because you haven't taken the path. Because you haven't been molded.
Because I haven't let them mold me, is what you're saying.
And he shakes his head yes, with worry for you. And a bit for himself. What if this rebellion, this grand act of sin that you both are committing, is a needless sacrifice that yields no reward at the end?
Honestly, Argon, I don't know. I just want to find my mother. And whatever this heaven is, it must not be that important for me to not remember it.
You never told me where you're from.
I think it's
I
because I never
assumed.
had. You assumed what?
I assumed that you came from the city below. But looking at you now, you are something different.
I never had a word for it. It was just existing without existing, being present without being alive.
Are you undead?
I don't know, but if I had to describe it, in one word, it would be harvest. And not the good kind.
And when you say that, you feel your core get cold.
I spoke a truth, didn't I? Yeah.
You immediately feel the need to correct yourself.
I mean, who knows? It was something. It didn't mean much.
And Argon nods his head and lays on his side.
Flint remains sitting for some time, just watching Ravina with the children, watching the shadows play against the walls of the cathedral. And then when everyone starts settling and it finally hits Flint how tired and exhausted they are, they lay down besides Argon, but their eyes are wide awake as they stare at the ceiling. They bring their hand up and they stare at it. The scarf where they hold the shard of Magnus's domain. And they don't feel the same as when they left Magnus. They don't feel that power anymore. And so a part of them only feels weaker for it. Because so far, Magnus has been the only one of these gods that they have been able to make a connection with. And they close their eyes and in a moment of weakness, they send out a prayer. Specifically to Magnus. After leaving the domain of Pride, Flint exited out with a covenant of worship. And although they don't see or think of Magnus as someone or an entity that requires devotion, Flint does feel like they must sacrifice a little bit of their own pride to allow themselves to believe that not everything that they will face will end the way that Orin and Zane did.
Yeah. And I'll definitely take that as like a pray for guidance. And so, Magnus, the god of pride, answering your prayers. As you look at those markings from where the glass is on your hands, there is blood also that stains you. And as you are kind of find yourself drifting, you can feel as Argon kind of touches your leg with his, as a comfort without words.
Is he asleep?
I think he's halfway there.
I think
As
Flint is. Yeah.
Sorry?
Flint is gonna. They're still on their back. They're just gonna turn their head watching Argon sleep.
It is the most peaceful you've seen him since meeting him. As you lay there, staring up at the cathedral ceiling, your eyes getting heavier, your body succumbing to all it's been through. You blink, and when your eyes open, you are sitting with that same man before. Like you, but maybe if you were taller, chunkier, had a little bit more facial hair. His face is stoned except for when he looks at you. When he looks at you, there is a light in his eyes. His cheeks are plump as his lips smile ear to ear. And this makes you so happy. I will always be here for you. You hear him say a name, but you can't make it out. You assume that he probably said Flint, followed by, I love you.
Flint smiles and nods. I love you too, Dad.
And as you say that, you feel him hug you tight.
Flint allows this to happen, but this isn't what they're searching for. It's almost like this memory is trying to remind Flint of what they've already lost. And a part of themselves, even as they hug and get closer to their father, they think to themselves, he's no longer here. Here.
And as you say that, you hear the rattle of a snake tail outside your home. You can see a dark shadow cross the window, only the sight of scales. Your father tucks your head into his chest so that you cannot see.
Flint tries to pull away. Wait. Wait. And they try to tug away.
As you do, you can see clear outside is the serpent.
This room, this space that we're in, I can only imagine that everything has been so focused on Flint's father, the, facsimile of his father. But there's no everything else around. There's nothing that is focused. But through the
It is
window,
all,
they see the serpent.
yeah, it is almost as if everything around you both is covered in shadow.
Mm-hmm. And what I see is just the scales running down.
Hmm.
Okay. Is my father allowing me to let go? Or is he holding me in place?
He's allowing you to let go.
I think Flint rushes over to the window.
And as you do, this serpent that stares you down pierces your soul. For the first time, fear strikes in your chest, and you feel a pit begin to grow inside of you as you see your father leave to confront the serpent.
Wait.
And right as you try to speak those words, you feel a searing pain on your back that spreads down your spine.
Am I still asleep? Is this still Am I dreaming? Is this still Where is this different from what happened with Zane?
It's very different from what happened to Zane.
I think Flint does that thing that most people will do if they feel something in their back. They sort of try and reach for it, their body sort of turning with the force of their own arm as they try to reach to see what it is, what's back there, like if they feel anything, and then look
Yeah.
back up looking for their father.
As you reach like around yourself and feel down your back, there is a stretch of scales that goes down your spine. And as you look back outside to see your father and the serpent, they are both gone.
Uh, Flint rushes out of wherever this place is and is yelling, screaming for their father. Just standing in the middle of whatever this darkness is.
Yeah. And as you do, your voice cracks and shrieks and screams. The last thing you feel is your mother's arms embrace you and hold you. He's gone.
Mom? What? Where are you?
As you say that, she says, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Can I look? Is she there?
She's young and she is beautiful. She is devastated, but lucky that you are okay.
No. It. Why? Where did he go?
some things can't be helped.
No. No, no. I'm gonna find him.
He is gone. He has paid a debt to Vaughn.
Vaughn.
And as you say that, you shake awake on the floor of the cathedral. Argon, with his hand on your chest, worried for you, as something must have been happening.
Yeah, Flint shakes awake and sits up with a shout. Immediately goes to their back, feels at their back.
And those scales are still there? They've always been there.
Vaughn.
And as you say that name, a seething anger fills within you. The god who made you a bastard.
We have to go.
Argon, without hesitation, shakes his head yes.
Flint stands up, and has there been a change outside? Is it just this perpetual night?
You can see as kind of like how it feels like a foggy morning.
Mm-hmm.
The sky when you both got here was quite dark, but now you can see that it has this kind of orangish, purplish morning haze. And those spires are a bit more visible through the fog now that there's a bit of a background of light.
Yeah. Where is Ravina?
Ravina is asleep, kind of in a bit of a nest of other kids as they've all kind of crowded around her for warmth.
As they step outside the cathedral, not saying anything or farewells to Ravina, knowing that its rest probably comes very sparsely to them. On the outside, does can I feel something out?
Yeah. What are we feeling out?
Think I want to
What
know
feels
if with the wet muddy ground of this swamp like space, is the indentations or the tracks of anything snake like, maybe even feet, anything?
Yeah, you can see clearly where there's a bit of a trail. The ground tries its best to kind of remold what's been carved through, but even you can see you and Argon's steps from the day before, as well as the kind of slithering path of definitely
Yeah.
um, a snake. Also, I ask you, you can answer one and I'll answer the other. What feels welcoming on the surface, or what feels dark or unnerving when you peer deeper?
I think Flint is more aware of what the dark and unnerving thing would be. At this point, Flint doesn't know what could be welcoming in this place. And so they peer deeper at these tracks of these snake-like tracks. And yeah, they actively make this path their way forward.
And as you make this path, the thing that drives you, the thing that feels the most welcoming, is to be able to put a face to a name you've known for years.
What's the name?
Vaughn, the Orphanmaker.
Yeah, there's a very morbid feeling of welcoming, of clarity. And even with the knowledge of danger, Flint is moving forward for the first time since they can remember, with a very direct and clear direction, no aimlessness of what the next step needs to be.
And as you are walking with this determination, with this sole purpose on your mind, the spires that seemed so far away now tower over your head. You can hear the faint sounds of those rattles. The air is dank and thick. Anyone else would probably have trouble breathing, but not you.
Their shard of pride is still out. Is out now.
You continue farther into the fog.
What does this place look like? I know you said spires, but how do the spires align with the swamp that already exists in this world?
It's like a snake pit these spires kind of create. They're clearly the edges of a kind of indent. And that indent is covered in a fog, almost as if um, whatever is inside of this pit does not wish to be seen. It wishes to remain anonymous. It wishes to remain faceless.
So the spires are surrounding a snake pit?
Hmm.
I see. Sort of like a coliseum
Yeah.
situation. Okay. Uh, are there any souls, any mortals, anyone in this area?
You cannot see mortals or souls, but when you look into the spires, they're obsidian with many faces casted into them, shouting, screaming, crying.
Do any faces look familiar?
One is painfully familiar. There is no sense of fear or upsetness, but anger. And even in this obsidian carving, when you look into its eyes, there's a spark.
A spark. You see this, Argon?
And as he looks around,
This is what the one here molds them into, refines them into.
there's a moment that sets in with Argon. A moment of looking at these faces. A moment where he imagines that one of these could have been him.
They make you think that they're making you better. I have a name. And Flint is going to walk through the spires, whatever opening there is, to get into
Yeah.
this to get into the snake pit.
Also, go ahead and awaken your divinity.
Ooh, awaken.
You have made Argon see cruelty and the manipulation of a god.
Wow.
You've made him doubt heaven.
Hell yeah.
As you enter, you slide down the edges of this pit for what seems like a long time, Argon following behind you, assured, almost kind of grabbing the back of your shirt as his pickaxe slows your fall that he's planted in these walls, the rock crumbling as you touch down in this pit.
Mm-hmm.
That rattling only becomes more clear as you see a pile of snakes all coiled and swarmed around each other, squirming and writhing.
And I think Flint is going to stand at the other end of where this writhing, squirming pile of snakes are and yell out, Vaughn! Orphanmaker!
And as you do, the rattling falls silent. You realize how dead the air here is. There's a moment where the snakes uncoil themselves. And out emerges a hand. And then another hand. drapes of fabric, a leg. It's like a contortionist unfurling themselves from a small case as Vaughn's neck and bones crack as they stand to their full 10-foot height. The snakes draping down around their face, obscuring it from you. Some reaching all the way to the floor, others floating just above your head, looking down at you. You speak Vaughn's name, one of the snakeheads says to you.
The person before me, is that the face of Vaughn? The one from their memory? Not the snakes, but the person further up ahead.
Yeah, you can remember distinctively
Mm-hmm.
the crooked smile that Vaughn wears. Although their eyes are obscured, it's
Mm-hmm.
very clear who you are speaking to.
Yeah. Flint doesn't look away from that person, even when the snake speaks to them. I'm not talking to you, beast.
It hisses. What have you come to seek?
You took something from me. And I've had to come to this mire to remember.
I take many things, such as any other god.
Yeah. That's the same thing the last three said.
But you take as well. You must eat, right? And when you hunt, are you not making an orphan of some poor animal?
Is that what this is then? You're the parent.
And as you say that, as you interrogate, she is amused by you. How would you feel if the cattle if the cattle you devoured showed up to your doorstep? A calf crying for his papa. You mortals are so hypocritical. Like any other thing smaller than you, I too crush beneath my feet. As you all till the soil of the earth, I till the souls of the damned.
Why?
Everyone has to eat. And as she says that, that rattling echoes within the pit.
I don't care. I know I won't get my father back. But you're going to pay for this.
And as you say that, she laughs in your face. You, I'd say yours, was the finest of feasts. What better a meal than a father proud of his son and a child's unconditional love for their maker? You know not of the man your father was, just the picture you painted. You know not of his life before your making. And that naive love is the sweetest. As she licks her lips.
Then do you know your creator?
And as you say that, I've never known one. I've never needed to know one when I know so many others. And when you say that, when you ask her if she knows her creator, that bites.
Flint holds out the shard with narrow eyes and a smile in their face. Just like every other one, taking and taking and taking because you lack.
It is one of my flaws. I am quite an envious bitch. But you're the bravest one to have come to me. But unfortunately, the deed is done. What you seek is not here.
Well, where else to go if not further up? 'Cause, lady, it ain't behind me. So I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
And as she looks at the shard, ah, so you are the barbarian I was told about.
Barbarian. It's an interesting choice.
A tiny thing with a flame in its chest with the power to sunder gods.
What's so barbaric about that?
The anger you hold.
The anger I hold is because of you, and the rest of you, and everything you've taken from me. That I'm only now just learning about. You say you don't know your maker. What would you do if you learned of whoever it was? Would you not be angry that that was taken from you?
As you say that, the rattling calms. Still rattling, but it's calm. I've already had that taken from me. I know nothing of my past. I know nothing of what I was. The only thing that exists is shadows and a void and a need to be loved, a need to have love. And so, because I cannot be afforded that, I will take it, such as you are taking things into your own hands. I never asked to be a god. I never asked to be hungry. Mortals look to us for guidance, for something, and they do not know that they are just cattle. If anything, I'm doing a favor.
I want to try and connect with Vaughn.
Yeah.
And the moment they say this, Flint is just going to say, "It's too late for us." But I'm
Would you
going to
say
give
that
you
that's sorry.
it's I'm going to give you one choice. You let me and my friend here go. Go up. No fighting, no stopping us. You let it happen, and I won't kill you for what you took from me.
Just like that, you would let me live so easily.
I let you live so that you can remember this. So that you allow yourself the chance to see back on how your existence rots. I can't. I can't possibly believe that I'll convince every single one of you. I've already had to kill 2. And the one left with me? Well, I wouldn't be speaking to you like this if it wasn't for him. A little pride goes a long way.
As you are saying these words, there's something that you can feel within yourself, something you can feel between the two of you as you connect with this God. The common ground that you both share is that you cannot change what has happened to you. But there's something that still divides you both. Anger.
Yeah. I think at this point, what still divides Flint and Vaughn is the pattern, the set rules of what they need to follow, and how Flint is here to break it. So,
As you say those words, if I let you go, even if you do not kill me, I will surely die. I am an unloved thing. And as they say that, the rattling picks up. I must eat something. I need to eat something.
in a moment of callous cruelty, because Flint wants her to feel just as much pain and fear as every young soul and mortal in this domain. Flint shrugs her shoulders, looks at the snakes. It looks like you've got plenty food in here in front of me. If you're such an envious bitch, like you said, maybe eat away at yourself rather than other people.
As you sit in this pit, this void of shadow, that rattling that reverberates through the walls. Do you wish to kill or spare this god?
Flint is going to spare her.
Go ahead and roll me 2d6.
Yeah. That's a 12. 2 6s.
And does your prior request still stand? Do you wish for her to consume herself?
It's the vicious cycle. The same thing the Ravina and Flint spoke about earlier.
As you spare this god, you have this surge of power, a strong hit. You bind her with a curse. What must she never do?
She may never eat another soul other than herself.
And as you say this, the snakes, much like an Ouroboros, begin to consume each other. It is an awful sight. The tearing of flesh, the gnashing of fangs, the biting, the screaming, the rattling, the tearing, the breaking of bone, the spilling of blood. Blood that seeps into the mud, into the void of this pit. Blood that stains your feet in Argon's shoes. As you watch, you climb out of the pit.
Yeah, I think they climb out of the sides of the pit and then find the spire that has their father's face. And when they do, they press a kiss to their father's temple before they begin to climb up and up the spire.
And as you do, that flame in your chest burns bright. There is a faint blue glow about you. As you climb these spires, you break through the clouds, that soft, fluffy texture, soon turning into hard dirt as you claw your way through it like out of a grave. And seeing light. And that is where we'll end.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for watching this episode of Godkiller Sinner's Sacrifice. What an episode that was. First and foremost, thank you to Cyrus and Angie for putting these together. We're a little over halfway through this adventure, so yeah, what an adventure it's been. Please go ahead and check out Angie at agonthetic on all socials, and you can check out their art and portfolio at agonthetic.com. And please go ahead and check out Cyrus at Yo It's 8-Bit. I'm unsure if they have commissions open at the moment or not regarding both of them, but please check out. They're both amazing, not only creatives, but artists as well. So please go ahead and check out both Angie and Cyrus. It's a gift to be able to produce this game and to have you all here with us. We're going to be back tomorrow with chapter 97 of Known Realms to Lesh. So we're back with that, and then you can catch this game in 2 weeks. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hold on for a raid. We're going to throw you into another TTRPG channel, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next adventure. Bye.